From the front line of truth, where courage meets convictions, this is The Conservative Viewpoint.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Conservative Viewpoint. I am really not in the mood to do what I usually do, and everyone knows why. With this Charlie Kirk thing going on, I am at a new level of pissed off. To beyond a point that I've never been pissed off before, except for what Heather mentioned over in Vic's show tonight. Other than 9/11, which just so happens to be tomorrow. And with this going on and everything that's been going on for a long time, guys, we've been on here. We've blasted the left for their rhetoric. And it doesn't stop them. They continue with this. They continue to allow mental illness to run amok in our country with nothing going on. And so do the Republicans right now. They know we have a mental illness problem in this country and nothing's going on. And tonight just proved that even more so than what's been going on here in the past 5 years or better. And what more can we say about what's going on? It's just beyond me of what's going on. But I'd like to take a moment so we could pray for Charlie Kirk's family, his young children, his wife, with these next couple of videos that I'm going to show you, just to remember Charlie Kirk and what the great Christian guy that he was. So let's take a moment for this.
Go rest high on that mountain. The sun, your work on earth is done. Go to heaven and shout love for the Father. Gathered round your grave to grieve. Wish I could see angels' faces when they hear your sweet voice sing. So go rest Did you fall asleep with your eyes open? Did you lose your way? Is darkness creeping in? something tear a hole, leave you in a wasteland? Do you feel it in your bones, like life slipped right through your hands? I won't let you down, I won't let you down. I'll carry you, I'll carry you, I'll carry you. It's gonna be alright, let me be your hero. I can light your way, let me lift you from the shadows. Oh, yeah. I'll carry you, I'll carry you, I'll carry you. Oh, 'cause I'll fight your wars, don't worry no more. We're strong when your demons break through. I'll carry you. I'll carry you. I'll carry you. Oh, 'cause I'll fight your wars, don't worry no more. We're strong when the demons break through. I'll carry you. And I'll carry you. I'm gonna carry you. I'm gonna carry you. I'll 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 carry you.
Unfortunately, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. But thank you for that Grove Street Films. That was definitely, unfortunately, one for the moment. But this is a sad day, and I don't know how to express the amount of pissed off I am with being sad at the same time. You know, we showed a lot of Charlie Kirk stuff on this show, and it's just totally like pissed me off. And it's like that was the enough. If is it enough? That was my enough. I just don't know how to express, because every time I see something that these Democrats are doing now and what they're saying, we're going to get in a couple of those here shortly, and it pisses me off even more, because we've done this for how many years now, and we've showed the Democrats' violent rhetoric that they have been spewing out of their gums. Vic showed it on her show earlier, and we've showed it how many times, and it comes to a boiling point, to a point that you can't do it anymore. Your head's just going to explode, and that's what's happened. So we're going to get into that in a second. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight, and Charlie Wright, Radical Right Sean, he will not die. We will not allow that. And this is, as Pat said, it's a sad day for Christians and patriots, guys. But thank you for joining me tonight, guys. We're going to start off with, we got guys in Getter right now. Let's go back up here. We got Radical Right Sean over there. Texas John. Kat, what's going on? Conrad. We got everybody happening over here right now, guys. Thank you for tuning in right now. Yeah, it's not a very, just like a somber night tonight. And with tomorrow being 9/11, it's just not any better because I just I had to delete, and I didn't mind. I deleted all the videos that I had for tonight. And so I could fit in all these because I have the special for tomorrow's 9/11 with Throwback Thursday. So I had a lot of videos on here. So you're only allowed 100 at a time. Well, I maxed that out plus some. So let's get over to Wimpkin right now. Wimpkin.com, WIMKIN.com, guys. If you got it, come get it. Download the app and join us in chat. Let us know your feelings on everything that we're going over, especially what's going on right now. Let's give a shout out to Gregory Allen Carnes Jr. He's starting off the top tonight. William B., what's happening, man? Texas Jeff and Texas Tammy are in here. Pat, what's going on, Pat? Hi, Pat. Tim, what's going on, Tim? We got John T in there. We got Susan. Hi, Susan. We got John M. I can't see. Hi, Lisa. Welcome to the show. Cecil. Hi, Cecil. We got Colin from Scotland. We got Mark from Staffordshire, England. Got a lot going on, guys. Not quite the best night to do tonight, huh? Unfortunately. Guys, there's too much of it, and we pray for Charlie Kirk and his family. And Renee, welcome, Renee. And I'm not being standoffish. I can't send greetings to everyone tonight. My heart is heavy. Exactly, Pat. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And we're going to get into this right now because, like I said, it just makes me mad. We're more and more mad as we go. Hi, Timothy, over in Twitch. Welcome. And hi, Becky in Facebook. Welcome. We got Violent Vixen over here in X. If you didn't watch her show, guys, watch it because she's as pissed off as we all and heartbroken over this Charlie Kirk thing. And she shows you a lot of great stuff. She shows you the Democrats running their mouths and calling for violence. And then they haven't stopped. And it's just get more and more pissed off. Moultrie, how you doing, Moultrie? And they will. And the problem is, Moultrie, and you're right, the left just wants to see conservatives die off. And that's exactly what they want because of the fact that's the only way, because they can't control us. They can only control those pathetic mental freaks that they got going, doing all their heavy lifting for them to do all this stuff. And then their hands are clean, no problem. I'm sorry to tell them, but every bit of blood that's being spilt right now is because of them. It's as simple as that. So it's like every time we see this stuff, and it pisses me off even more and more. But according to Kash Patel right now, he announces that Charlie Kirk's assassin has been put in custody. But the fact is that they will not name this dude. But here is the latest of the update from the officials since he did this. When did he put this out? That was at 5:25. Take a listen.
The only information we have on the suspect, the possible shooter, is taken from closed circuit TV here on campus. We do have that. We're analyzing it, but it is security camera footage, so you can kind of guess what the quality of that is. But we do know dressed in all dark clothing, but we don't have a much better description other than that.
Where do you believe the shot came from?
The shot came from here on campus, from a location. At a fair, potentially from a roof, yes. A longer distance shot from a roof.
So to clarify, with the security camera footage you have and the person of interest that's in custody, does that match up?
That's what we're trying to decipher right now.
Okay, guys. I just got word from Becky that Trump was on live. If you guys want to see what he's having to say, let me know, and I will switch this over here. And if I can find him on Fox or whoever's got him on live, and I'm not seeing it right now. There's a lot of places that are still showing this, but I'm not finding him on here. And they usually have it right on here, but it's not there right now. So we are going to continue on with what I've got for you guys tonight. So that is the latest. I've seen updates on it. You know they know who it is. They know they have their name. They had his name 2 seconds after they got him, but they're not giving it to us because they know there's a lot of pissed off people out here. Calico Crazy, welcome. Shell, hi Shell. So that's what they're doing. They're not telling us. But what is this one now? I do have the video of the shooting if you guys want to see it. I'm not going to show it unless you guys tell me that you want to see it, the close-up view of it. It's not pretty. So if you want to see it, let me know and prepare yourself. But he's not on there, so we're going to continue on with what we're doing here. But the next thing we got now, you guys saw the old man that they arrested right away, which is this one right here. He is not, they said, the shooter. The shooter was supposed to be 200 yards away. Oh, okay, Gregory, thank you. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get allotted into this tomorrow. But that old man, for some reason, when they were walking him away, kept saying, "Shoot me, shoot me." Mentally ill. That's what he was saying as they were walking away on another video. This is the problem that we have, guys, and nobody seems to be saying anything about it. So we're going to get this guy off of here. But we also have the Argentina president, Javier Milei. I think that's right. I'm not sure. But he responds to Charlie Kirk's assassination with the exact words that everybody is saying. The left is always, at all times, and everywhere, a violent phenomenon full of hatred. Even Argentina knows these people and how pathetic they are and how mental they are. Yeah, Texas John. There's a lot of things that are not adding up right now, Texas John. Exactly what he said, too. With the shooter supposedly shooting from a rooftop, the muzzle blast was close to Charlie. But whenever I was watching the shooting multiple times, everybody looked backwards. The one guy that was standing there in direct line with him, there's just things not adding up because people are looking over to the right, which with those buildings around here, it's going to echo. Right, radical right, Sean. That old man was not the shooter, they said. But that doesn't stop the Democrats from running their mouths. And that's what we're going to get into now. I've got 3 videos for you guys. The one is that fat-ass bastard from Chicago running his mouth. Hi, Dwayne. Welcome, Dwayne in Wimpkin. And this fat-ass bastard and what he's saying, this is what the Democrats are good for. Take a listen.
My sympathy to Charlie Kirk's family and to Charlie Kirk, who obviously has, become a target for somebody. I don't know whether it's political violence because I don't know who did it. I know they seem to have somebody in custody. But I will say that political violence, unfortunately, has been ratcheting up in this country. We saw the shootings, the killings in Minnesota. We've seen other political violence occur in other states. And I would just say it's got to stop. And I think there are people who are fomenting it in this country. I think the president's rhetoric often foments it. We've seen the January 6th rioters who clearly, have tripped a new era of political violence.
Now you hear that bullshit? Blaming Trump and the January 6 people. Are you fucking kidding me? That fat motherfucker, I tell you what. The son of a bitch knows that they are the ones that have been causing all the violent rhetoric for years. Tell me one thing that Trump has ever said that was violent rhetoric. Not a damn thing. But this is what you get out of the Democrats every time they turn around. Remember what we've said for how many months now, probably a year now or so, that every time the Democrats say we're doing something, they're doing it. This is just another proof of that exactly right there. And Conrad said it right over on Getter. Fuck Chicago. And that fat son of a bitch needs to stay away from some buffets and keep his freaking trap shut. This is bullshit to know for it. Oh, I tell you what. Oh, my God. And not only that, we got MSNBC doing the same thing. They want to run their mouths, and they don't even know what the hell they're talking about. At that time, that some bitch said, oh, they had a suspect in custody. No, they had the old man at the time that he said this. They didn't have the guy that they have now that they arrested after the fact. But this is what pisses me off every time I see this. And this has been going on for a long time. So take a look at this MSNBC bitch.
Because as we were just talking about a moment ago with Alan, after one of the Doge employees was allegedly attacked in Washington, D.C., that's what Donald Trump used as justification to send in federal troops into Washington, D.C. to get things under control. The carjacking situation, he used that. And I know it's hard to predict the future, Mark, but you can imagine the administration using this as a justification for something.
I must admit, I'm at a loss to guess as to what happens next. But Kirk,
do you hear them pathetic people? This administration is going to use it as a justification for something. The bitch needs fired right now. Anyone that sits there and says shit like that, that's all about elections. It's not about the people. They're not thinking about Charlie Kirk's family. Nothing. This is about votes for them. This is about taking the eyes off of the pathetic Democrats and putting it back on Trump to make him look like a bad guy. No one can tell me anything that Trump has ever said that's violent. Nothing. And everything that Vic showed tonight on her show is absolutely true. They're saying, why isn't there uprising in the streets? They need to get up in their faces. And so I don't know how much more that this we should not be taking. And not. Liberals have just declared war against us. And we have sat back for how long now, like biting our tongues, and that's got to stop. It's as simple as that. They want to be violent. We protect ourselves. We don't start the violence, but we will protect ourselves at all costs. Now, I do have something from Fixer that showed me tonight that he sent me tonight, which this will make you wonder when you read this. Let me see here. Hold on a sec. If they thought by murdering the leader they would end the cause, fuck around and find out they only put gasoline on the patriotism. That's for sure. And they lit the fire. So it's about to happen. But look at this image that I'm going to show you guys and read this. This is from a guy that was close to somebody that was with Charlie Kirk, that knew Charlie Kirk. Like, well, look at this. I'm not going to name names, but I was told by someone close to Charlie Kirk that Charlie thinks Israel will kill him if he turns against them. This is from Harrison H. Smith out over on X. So I don't know how much more we're going to see. You know, we do play the Bongino rule here, but we all saw the video. It's not like they can say, well, he's not dead like Epstein. because we see what actually happened right live. And when I saw that video, I was praying to God that it was fake when I saw it. But I knew, absolutely knew it, because I've dealt with stuff like this, running the ambulance, that he met his demise right there on live TV. And it's a really a shame that people had to have seen this. The thousands of people were there wanting to see Charlie Kirk, and the truth that he put out there. And these people, the mentally deranged that they are, could not handle what the truth that Charlie put out there. And that is the problem with this. They have 0 suspects in custody. What about the one that Kash Patel said he had, Sean? What happened with that? Sean saying over in Getter, Sean saying that they have 0 suspects in custody. But I did not get a listen to what Trump had to say. I did not know Trump was on. So we'll see what happens. But Trump did lower the flags to half-mast for Charlie's death, which was very nice of him to do. He did not have to do that. Oh, yeah, the trans people have threatened him over and over again. And there was one guy I watched the show, and I don't think I showed it on here, that threatened him right there on TV, wanted to fight him right there on TV. Oh, yeah. The amount of threats and stuff from these people are unbelievable, and nobody gets arrested for this stuff. And that I have a big problem with. Your old friend Dennis Zadora is working with Wayne Peters for him to come down to Butler. He wanted me to let you know that you may want to meet up whenever it happens. Rogue, well, let me know. And tell Dennis to message me, Rogue, please. But, guys, sorry about that. There was a message from Rogue over on Rumble. Thank you, Frogface, and I'm glad you stopped in. But Frogface says he can't stay, not referencing anybody personally, but stand up, you worthless fucks. Exactly right. Guess who's next? Yep, guys, this is the problem that's going on right now. Let me know. Let me know, Rogue, and tell Dennis to message me. I know, guys. I know you guys are all mad and pissed off, and it's not a real cheerful. Like, I try to get some humor into the show tonight, but it's just not. It just doesn't work tonight, and I'm sorry for that. But I will make up for it tomorrow, and I'm sure that we'll hear a lot tomorrow on this too. But I am still going to go with the Throwback Thursday and the 9/11, the 9/11 remembrance. And I've got a couple of things on that, and I have to put them all in order now because like I said, I had to leave some of them out so I could get these videos in about Charlie Kirk. But if you guys have anything else that I have missed on the information trying to get out to you guys of what happened and who's involved, like I'm trying to get this information from Sean over here in Getter about the 0 suspects, and we'll see what happens with that. He says I need to find out what's up with the suspect. All right, if you find out, Sean, let us know. If not, bring it back tomorrow. Between this and 911 coming up tomorrow, 9/11. It's kind of hard to be cheerful. Exactly right, Texas John. But I am going to try to make the best of it tomorrow, guys, that we have some fun and try to get our minds relaxed, because this does not relax our minds. It's like running a mile a minute. And Heather over in Vic's show, if you guys saw her comments, said the exact right. This feels like you get that deep feeling in your stomach where you're pissed off and sad all at the same time, and it's like churn. And oh yeah, and that's what I've been. Lee, what up, Lee? And that's what I have. Just like what happened during the 9/11 attacks, guys. And I've told you my story about that. I did get to see the plane, Flight 93, before it went down in Shanksville. If you guys remember me telling you about that. And I thought my buddies were joking. Good night, Susan. Thank you for stopping in. And I thought my buddies were joking when they called me and said, we're under attack. He said, you have your camo on and stuff. And from another job that I was on. And I did not believe him until we turned on the computer, because I was on a construction site at the time. Well, tell Dennis to get his ass back into the show. Cash said that the FBI has the shooter in custody, but other reports say they released him already. Now, did they release him or did they release the old man, Rogue? I don't know. That's the thing. Person of interest they are trying to identify. So there it is, guys. We're gonna see, and we're gonna hear a lot of different stuff for a while right now, and it seems to happen that way. But I don't think they'll ever come up with a solution of why this guy did it, except he's mentally ill. And this is what we get every time something like this goes on. You get these mental trans freaks, they're mentally ill. And that's what you get out of it. And that is the problem that I have. We need definitive proof and show this and start locking these mental freaks up and stop the problems before it happens. They need to be proactive with all this. According to Kat, both are released per Kash Patel on X. They've released both people. So obviously this guy, the second guy that they supposedly had, is not the shooter. They have not found the shooter as of yet, Gregory said right now. And Kat said that over to here on Getter. They've released both people that they had in custody. So we're back to square one. Mixed reports said both have been released, but Kash hasn't retracted his original post. See what I'm talking about, guys? Anyone else smelling conspiracy? Malchi, you got that right, man. What about you guys in chat? Something's not fishy. It's just not jiving here, guys, tonight. It's not. I'm sorry to say, but it's just not jiving out right. What else we got here? No, I'm not going to show that. I did show you that off of that one. Oh, the last thing I'm going to show you about this is the pathetic Democrats, where they would not silence themselves to prayer at the House when Lauren Boebert requested a moment of prayer. Take a look.
What purpose does the gentlelady from Colorado rise? Let's wait a minute. The House will be in order. 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 We will join prayer right after this, okay?
You hear that, guys? Those fucking pathetic Democrats couldn't even shut their fucking mouths for 30 seconds to pray for Charlie Kirk. And you wonder why people are pissed off and why we know that the Democrats are the party of violence. There's another proof right there. Every time we turn around, this is what they're doing. They show it blatantly in public. And what's the Republicans do? Not a damn thing. Nothing. Nobody calls for violence. Nobody calls for uprising in the streets like the Democrats did. Nobody calls for them to get up in their faces like the Democrats did. Nobody calls for threats against the Supreme Court justices, not on the right anyways. But now this is what we're seeing, guys, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. Why? Because they've lost everything. They've lost their money. They've lost their power. They have nothing. So now what are they doing? They're calling on their minions, their little sheepies, to do their bidding for them out in the streets. So they think they're going to get their power back and their money laundering operation back. This is what's happening, guys. And I'm hoping, unfortunately, that this woke some of the people on the right up, because this is what we're seeing constantly. Most likely Islamist. Oh, yeah. Rashid Tlaib, the raghead herself, and Ilham Omar and all them bitches. Yes. Exactly right, Kat. This has gotten way out of control, guys, and we've got to rein it in fast, because if these guys do not do anything, these Republicans that are in these committees right now do not do something about this and rein these Democrats in and shut them the hell up, it's just going to get worse. It's as simple as that. These Democrats got to do something, or these Republicans got to do something and shut these people up. Exactly, Becky. The Democrats hate America. Right, Rogue. And we've been saying this for how long now? And they've proved it time and time again. No Joan coverage. No. My health gets much worse. I'll go to D.C. and take care of the problem. Yeah, Tim. I tell you what. Because that was his security team, Pat. They picked his ass up, threw him in there, and got him to the hospital fast. And exactly, they should have done that, because that's the fastest way to do it. By the time an ambulance would have gotten there, well, it didn't matter. If you guys saw the actual shooting of that close-up one, you could see for yourself, because it was played a little longer. And when he was down on the ground, he was in a seizure-like state. Oh yeah, and you could tell it hit his artery, his carotid, right off the bat. So when these idiots are sitting there saying that this guy was celebrating shooting his gun, no, sorry, that is like totally wrong. You don't celebrate by pointing a gun at someone and pulling the trigger under a tent and right in his carotid. I'm sorry, it doesn't work. No, you were not celebrating. And why would you have a gun, a rifle, on a college campus celebrating shooting your gun? No. As a kid, I shot my 12 gauge off during New Year's. You shoot up in the air, and that was back in the day when this shit didn't go on. But this is the most pathetic stuff that's going on, guys, and we're going to hear a lot more of this. As the days go on. Yeah. That was a professional one kill, high POV, strategic position, no question about it. Most definitely, it was not that old man. Plus, that old man was in the crowd. And the way it looked, and we'll probably get stories, the initial report was he was 200 yards away on the top of a building. And it's just like Butler all over again. You get one story, you get two stories, you get 5 stories. Will we get them? Nah. Exactly, Rogue. This was definitely a professional hit. And we still want prayers going out to Charlie Kirk and his family. Anyways. It's a real shame, that's for sure. See you, Tammy. Thanks for stopping by. All right, guys. We're going to, if you guys have anything, I'm going to go through these articles real quick. I'm not going to get into depth in them for what's going on. You guys know about tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's show is going to be a 9/11 remembrance. I got a little video and some songs and stuff. And then we're still going to go in with name that movie clip and some of the videos that I have for tomorrow night, guys. Try to cheer us up a little bit and see what's going on. And got another one from Twitch over there. But here we go, guys. Let's get through to some of the stuff that I was going to show you tonight. The first one is a case to remove Democrats who fled the state in Texas begins at the Texas Supreme Court. This is going to take time to go through, and we're going to see what happens. But they are starting, then they're starting, they want to start with the caucus leader. So we'll see what happens with that. This is kind of overshadowed by, Charlie Kirk stuff, which is rightfully so. Trying to outlaw Shahara law needs to be that nationwide. Oh yeah, we do not believe in Shahara law here. Now I had an article up here, guys, and this was in relation to Jeffrey Epstein. But J.P. Morgan processed over $1 billion for Jeffrey Epstein, despite internal concerns over sex offender status. Now, for some reason, it got torn up. It got taken off of Fox Business website. It seems that the clicked the bad link and stumbled upon this page. But they still left it up here. Bank compliance officials flagged suspicious activity for years before Jeffrey Epstein was dropped as a client before the report. So, yeah, J.P. Morgan was still giving him money then. And I just got a breaking news right here that said Charlie Kirk's assassinated and his shooter is still at large. So here we go, guys. There's 2 guys, 0 luck. But now we also got the Charlotte mayor, which is unbelievable to me, that the Charlotte, North Carolina mayor, this was after that stabbing on that train that we talked about yesterday, wins the re-election victory in the primary, even after this thing and what she said about this. And she still wins a primary. Those people down in Charlotte are stupid as hell voting for that dumb bitch after she said you can't arrest your way out of mental illness. Look at what's going on, guys. Bumbling projectile does massive damage. Yes, it sure does there, Rogue. All right, let's keep going real quick here, guys. Now we got some unearthed emails shows the left-wing group quietly writing policies for progressive DAs with no billing and no publicity. This is where the title goes. If you did watch my ad or read my ad this morning, that the Democrats are using think tanks to decide what cases that they charge, and the DAs, they're telling the DAs and prosecutors what to charge and what not to charge. Oh yeah. So wasn't they making a big deal out of Project 25 and saying that Trump was using a think tank to make decisions, which he was not, and they all do it. But now this has come to light that they have 22 states using the think tanks to reform their laws. They're not following the law. They're using the will of these people that they put in these think tanks. And they are at least 40 people whom reports allegedly held cozy relationships with this group, such as joining weekly meetings to talk communication strategy, heated advice on specific policy issues. This is what the Democrats are doing, guys. They're not following the law. They are making the laws up as they go with these think tank people. Oh, yeah. You can't make this stuff up, guys. Another breaking news just came in. Manhunt for assassin underway. And most of these are breaking stories, so you don't have any information on them, guys. So I'm sorry about that. But we'll try to get more out tomorrow if possible. But we're going to try to cheer up overnight and see if we can cheer up. And to see if some real action is going to be taken out of D.C. to stop this kind of horrific stuff from going on. If the Republicans don't start bringing justice to all the deep state actors, people just won't bother to come out and vote in the midterms, and that the Democrats will retake the House, maybe the Senate. Exactly, Rode. That's exactly what's going to happen. Can you imagine how traumatized those students are now? Yeah, no kidding. Thousands of them, Lee, out there to see this man speak the truth. And not only the truth, religion. And he was a big Christian. I mean, huge Christian. And these people just can't handle when he tells you the truth. That is the problem. This shows how brainwashed these Democrats have these sheep. And this is why we have to watch, guys. That's why we started the disaster factor tip of the day. Not the only reason. It was for multiple reasons. But this is one of the reasons why in the past couple of shows I have not given it to you, that you have to watch your back. You got to put your head on a swivel and watch everything around you. We learned that at the prison when I got trained before I went into I was at the prison for a couple months before I went to this thing. But anyways, you got to keep your head on the swivel, guys. Know your surrounding. Know where your exits are. Know who's around you at all times. We had to learn that because inmates don't care if they hurt you or not. So you have to make sure no inmate was ever behind you or anywhere within reach of us. Like I said, we gave them knives. And you have to watch it. It's no different now. And we shouldn't be this way in the United States. We shouldn't have to worry about it. But we do. And thank you to the Democrats for making this even worse on us by opening up the borders to anyone and everyone that they wanted to let in. All these criminals that are in here. And now they're begging for them to stay. Thanks for the show. Have to leave. Prayers for all. ABC, always be caring. There you go, Moultrie. Thanks for stopping in, man. All right, guys. Let's see what else we got here. A couple more things here. DOJ memo directs Civil Rights Division to ID threats to parental rights in schools. This is from the old FBI that has done this to them, and that's why they have to come to this. Everything that this administration is fighting for right now is to protect us, and that because of the Democrats have opened this up to get legal, law-abiding citizens because they know they can't control them. Oh, yeah. They know they can't win. They know they had to fix Joe Biden's election because they know not a damn person is going to vote for that son of a bitch. We got more on that tomorrow, too. Old dumbass and brain-dead judges need disbarred. Oh, exactly right, Calico Crazy. Thank you for that, Texas John. All right, what else we got here? Justices to quickly consider if Trump can impose sweeping tariffs. His tariffs are in place still. The Supreme Court already ruled on that. This is just to make sure it stays in place and that these activist judges can't change stuff anymore. This is another thing that the Democrats have done by weaponizing the justice system like they did under. It is Calico Crazy. It is definitely a wake-up call and a call to arms. But the Democrats keep weaponizing the justice system by activist judges. And we're seeing that every day. Oh, exactly, Rogue. They don't rip your tongue out because you tell lies. They do it because they are afraid of the speaking the truth. Absolutely, Pat. That's a fact right there. Couple more here, guys. Tom Homan wants Governor Pritzker to apologize over his racial profiling remark. I had a video on. He said that's the only reason Tom Homan and ICE and everybody are out there arresting these criminals is because they're racist. Oh, yeah, I'm not lying. Oh, yeah. Because it does seem funny that he runs his mouth like this yesterday, and all of a sudden this shooting happens, and now everything's blaming it against the Republicans and blaming it on Trump. And January 6ers, that fat son of a bitch, this is what we're seeing, guys. I'm telling you. This is what's going on. These Democrats have nothing to run on because they're making up stuff to be able to run. And I also had stuff with Glenn Beck was sharing the disturbing secrets about President George W. Bush in his time that he was with him. Oh, yeah. But, of course, unfortunately, and not unfortunately, it was well worth it to delete all my videos that I had for you guys tonight, but that's okay. But here we go again, and then I had this on for tonight's show. Portland faces rising homelessness, ongoing ICE protests. Portland, Oregon, with a budget of $777 million, has a homeless population of 7,500 people. I'm not kidding. Oh, yeah. 7,500 people. But guess what? Don't worry. The mayor fixes it. He's got it all planned out. He's asking the people of Portland to give him money to help the homeless. Oh, yeah. With a $777 million budget, they're asking the residents to pay for their homeless people because the Democrats caused the homelessness, but he wants these people to pay for the homelessness now. Oh, yeah. Chuck Rogers, welcome, man. Every time the Democrats don't get their way, they get dangerous ever since Lincoln. You got that right, Chuck. Welcome to the show, Chuck, too. But you see what I'm talking about? This is Portland. This is the Democrat-run place. They let their city burn to the ground during the Summer of Love. They let these Antifa, Black Lives Matter take over their cities and all their government buildings and everything. And now they want the residents of Portland to bail them out with the homelessness because what they caused. Can people not see what's going on in here? Obviously, they cannot. What else? We got two more things, guys, here real quick, and I'm going to let you guys go. Now, you guys heard Poland strikes down Russian drones that violated airspace and potential escalation of the Ukraine war. I told you that a while ago that Putin is a mental case also. He doesn't care who he kills, and he is escalating, and I didn't think he would, but he is escalating his war, taking it to other countries. This is why the people are preparing for war in their countries because they know what Putin's like. Obviously, Poland was able to take down the drones, and thank God for that. And that I'm hoping everybody's safe. I did see a couple explosions, but Poland's operational command said that the operation of 9:45 p.m. Eastern was still underway. So that's what it's coming in right now. So that's what's going to happen. And that's the same one. And there's still a manhunt underway. I'm on Fox and I get updates popping up on here. But the last thing I'm going to tell you about, guys, is IRS has issued termination notices to top aides linked to Obama-era Tea Party targeting scandals. And we've talked about this, but it would have been better if we didn't have to deal with what's going on right now. Sorry about everything, guys, but was not the best show in the world. But it was sad that we had to deal with this. Messaging with Poland bad for us, as they are part of NATO. Yes. So I'm pretty sure that Trump's been all over that and talking to Poland and all that stuff since this was going on. Yes, they are, unfortunately, Rogue. He says my disaster factor shorts are becoming more relevant every day, and they are, unfortunately, guys. And this is why Dennis actually helped me start this back in the day. And he hasn't been on for a while, but according to Rogue, he's working on something right now, and that hopefully that I'll get to go and see and go to Butler again, which I will do. And he was working with some people I got the wrong mouse to see about getting the Butler. Now, if he gets that done, I will go, and we will go live just like I did when I went up there for Trump's second time in Butler after his shooting. So, but I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Unfortunately, it's been a sad, depressing show. And I know you guys are as mad as I am for what's happening today. But don't forget to leave Charlie Kirk's family, wife and kids in their prayers as we continue out through the night. So I want to thank you again for watching, and hopefully you guys will come back in tomorrow night for another show, and hopefully we can cheer up a little bit and have a little bit of fun, and let's laugh, because after tonight, we definitely need to laugh. So thank you again, guys, and I'll definitely have my monologue. It's just not worth reading tonight. It's just doesn't fit the mood. I try to make it joyful and fun, but it's definitely not a joyful night. But thank you guys for tuning in, and have a great rest of your evening. I will see you back here live after Rebel Chick with a Cause. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone.